Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back. Vega here from Serpent X Tech. This is a show called Caffeine Crypto, where I welcome you to join me with your favorite caffeinated beverage of choice, energy drink, coffee, whatever it might be. If you don't like caffeine, grab some water as we go over some crypto news. It's not really that good of a week, man. It's not really good of a week. But Bitcoin has fallen down below 60K once again. Ethereum holding around that 2,500. BNB still in the 500s though. Toncoin down $5 to $5.35. Toncoin is actually down significantly. I mean, if you can count a dollar significant, but yeah, about a dollar and some change down. While some of these coins are green, they're green over the 24-hour because the big drop happened yesterday morning. We have Caspa down only 0.23% over 24 hours, around 16 cents, but it's always been around 16 cents. Like, when is Caspa going to get out of the 16-cent range, man? Like, for real, bro. Like, we need some. We need some. What's Fed at? It's up 10%. Okay, so AI token still looking like love for them, but not for everybody else. Scroll out, you son of a biscuit. There you go. So, yeah. Crypto market fell pretty good. I don't know. When I say pretty good, it's like, is it really all that good? Because the 26th and the 27th of August was pretty bad. From the 26th down to the bottom of the 27th was 10%. And then yesterday was from top to bottom about only 3.5%. So still, though, what's really important to me is historical data. And you can see here, if I move out of your way, that we're kind of like sort of in this, like, between this legacy line and this uptrend. So, like, I'm wondering if we're gonna get like September be stuck in this range right here where I'm circling right now. Actually, I could draw in here. I don't know what I'm doing. But get stuck in this wedge right here, right? And then have a breakout. But as the title of this video says, like, Bitcoin is being manipulated. I don't believe the people that financially have the influence, the power, the capability want this thing to take off yet. Like, I really think everybody's like, hold on. I'm trying to get my friends on the ride. Come on, get in line, get in here, then let's rock it. While the retail is like, come on, bro, do something, right? Like, insert meme of the thing or the person poking the thing with a stick. I don't know, the thing with a thing next to the thing. But yeah, insert that gif, that meme, whatever, because that's what it feels like. Rud Puts, a member for 18 months. Appreciate you. And as always, appreciate you. Hit me up in the mornings on Fridays saying happy morning. Cats of Crypto in the chat. Jay Bohannon. Appreciate you. Automatic Beats. I know Crypto Mikkel is still live streaming, so I know we have some of our friends and colleagues coming over here in just a moment. But we're just going to keep rocking and rolling. Trying to get my attention, either send a super chat or at me. Don't send a super chat unless you paid your bills, damn it. I don't like it when people are spending money to try to help me when they need to take care of themselves. I love you guys. I always want everybody to be successful. But going back to Bitcoin, it's just blah, man. It really is just shit. And I know, how many minutes am I in? I'm 6 minutes in. YouTube's fine. It's just blah, man. It really is like, come on, dude. Do something. Solana's down significantly from its near $200. And it just really, really is aggravating. But I just don't think we're ready to take off yet. We're not there. And unfortunately, as we get into this stream, we're going to talk about more historical data. But I could see Bitcoin falling further than 58K. All right. And we talked about this in the past live stream. But for anybody that's new, let's say Bitcoin fell another 10%. That would put us around 53K. So I definitely think a 52K Bitcoin is possible. And you can see back here, right? We went all the way on August 5th. We went to 49. Right. So that's not out of the realm of impossible. And we have September to deal with. And September is, as I'm going to show you later in the stream, historically not all that great. I was hoping for August to be a nice green baby bubble booty or something, but no. So on the monthly, August is a red month for us. You know, obviously we had all these green months pre-halvening, right? September 2023, October, November, December, January, February, March made the new all-time high, and then April was red, May was green, June was red, July was green, August is red. Will September be green? Or will it be another red candle where we get stuck in this little wedge right here, this little range, right, between this legacy line, this OG legacy line, and this upward trend? I think that's possible. I think we can certainly come back down, and we would have to break out of this wedge right here to fall down to 52, but then we will probably hit the 50? No, the 20. No, which one is the which line is what? Hang on one second. 20. I don't know why I can't see all my colors, but basically this line right here. Whatever that red line is. I think that's the middle. Yeah, that might be the middle. And then you have... My colors are all jacked up. I'm going colorblind, damn it. So Bitcoin chop continues. Despite recent crypto pullback, key Bitcoin signals highlight an impending bull run. By analyzing global liquidity correlations with traditional markets, institutional adoption, investors are positioning for a very, very bullish future ahead. Well, it's not only that, but the traditional market is in a bit of a, not a panic, but like concerned that we're going to be in a recession. And I know some news outlets have been touting that like religiously. But if we were to go into a recession, I think that would be a bullish indicator for gold, for Bitcoin, for a number of others. And you can see, look at the volume down here, right? The volume down here is not all that great. Now, yes, this is USDT. And if we go to Bitcoin USD, the volume might be a little bit better. But still, compared to back here, this ain't shit. Like, this is, we don't have a lot of volume. But yet, you still hear news of big wallets moving funds to exchanges or off of exchanges or whatever. So a lot of people are sitting on the sidelines. People are getting liquidated that are overextending themselves, whether it's shorts or longs, and we're just not seeing much action. And whatever action we are seeing is in the downward motion instead of the upward motion. But after all the down, after all the bad, there has to be something good. And I do think the bull market, it's still pending. Like, we're in a bull market technically. But like, bro, come on. Give me something good, baby. I need it right now. I could use it. So yeah. Bitcoin's recent market behavior has been a topic of intense debate, with prices retracing from their all-time highs, while altcoins have experienced even sharper declines. Altcoins are definitely feeling the hit and dropping much further than Bitcoin, unfortunately. As Kelly Kellum from BitLab Academy discusses, the current market environment presents opportunities rather than causes for concern, especially when considering the broader context of global liquidity and Bitcoin's historical trends. I agree with that. I've been saying for the longest time, this is just more buying opportunities. And I have been $5 here, $10 here, dollar cost averaging. And thank you, Retro Mike, for gifting 2 memberships. Appreciate you doing that. You don't need to do that, brother, but I appreciate it nonetheless. And yes, Rudd puts, I agree with your statement. He states September is normally a bad month. Again, hang tight. Got some historical data we're going to go over. But going back to the point that they're making here is it's not all bad. It's a good opportunity for us to get in. Problem is, most of us are broke. Okay? I know not everybody's broke, but most of us are freaking broke. Right? So we can't go throw down $10,000, $2,000, $20,000 in a flash. Right? Some people have the ability to get loans and then go ahead and do that. Like DJ Mines, who timed it pretty damn well. That was the luck of the draw, right? It worked out in their favor. I'm not sure. I can't remember the number in which they got in. I'm pretty sure it's around where we're at right now. But at the time, considering where the market went up to, it was a good play. But it's a risk. And not everybody has that risk appetite or that capability to take on that risk to where, all right, I just took a loan out for $10,000. Now I got to repay it. But now I'm down on my current position. So rather than having $10,000 worth of Bitcoin or XYZ, I am now, down to $6,000, and I still got to pay that $10,000. So it all comes down to what is your risk tolerance, right? What is your appetite for risk? and doing what's best for you. Obviously, take care of your bills, take care of your family, take care of everything, but most of retail are not in a position to where they can spend decent, I wouldn't say big money, I say decent money. And what's decent for us is not decent for everybody else, right? Like $100 for me may be like $5 for you, but then $5 for me might be like $100 for somebody else in the I wouldn't say like below the middle class, right? The lower class, paycheck to paycheck, barely keeping up with their rent, about to get evicted. Like they don't have they're betting on Bitcoin getting them out of this situation, but they're having to sell their Bitcoin in this current market conditions just to stay ahead, right? And a lot of people aren't selling their Bitcoin, but there are few out there that either are because they're institutions and they want to gobble up some more. They want to play the game where they sell at 59, pick up at 52, or sell at 63 and pick up at 58. Whereas others can't do that. Once they sell, they don't even have the money to get back in because they just had to put it towards the mortgage or whatever, or their car note. So institutional interest in Bitcoin has reached unprecedented levels, with over 2,000 institutions now involved in Bitcoin spot ETFs. The wave of adoption, led by financial giants like BlackRock, Fidelity, and all the others that we talked about, is the growing recognition of Bitcoin as a legitimate asset. Despite concerns about short-term price fluctuations, the long-term outlook remains positive, especially as institutional investors continue to allocate significant portions of their portfolios to Bitcoin. As the global monetary policy landscape continues to evolve, Bitcoin's fixed supply and inflationary characteristics make an attractive hedge against inflation and currency debasement. Now, September, we're going to have, and this, I don't have an article on it, but we're expecting a rate cut. But I believe the rate cut has been priced in, or was priced in, after the Jerome Powell meeting. But when that cut happens, right, the traditional markets could, over time, whether it's a month, 2 months, 3 months, start to dwindle, start to crash. And right now, Bitcoin is kind of coupled with the traditional stocks, depending on the stock itself, right? But I do think that if the fear of a recession comes true, which many people are predicting, that, Bitcoin will climb up, gold will climb up. The much more, I guess you could say, riskier assets are going to be the better play to sustain them. Like gold, it's kind of in a lull right now. Bitcoin's kind of like meh. Ethereum's down. So when these other stocks start to take off, or start to crumble, I think, we might see Bitcoin and other assets start to climb up. But we'll have to wait and see. So September, as Rudd mentioned, and as we're going to see here in the next few pieces, is not really a good month for crypto as a whole. Focusing on the crypto market, not the traditional finance market, but as a crypto market. So now that August was not the green month we were hoping for, what does that mean for us? Are we going to have another red month? Are we going to be a 48 to 52K Bitcoin? That's going to be a nice buying opportunity. I'm not going to lie. I'm going to love to buy that. I won't be able to spend thousands of dollars, but I would love to pick up at that position. Because I do believe, this lull that we're in, this trench that we're in right now, this down period, is not going to last forever. And then we're going to look back at it and be like, dang, that was crazy, wasn't it? Just like the Black Thursday pandemic, throwdown, where we were able to buy Bitcoin at 32K. Right? I remember that. I was gobbling as much as I could, as I can afford to pick up as much as I could at 32K. But obviously, again, I can't spend tens of thousands of dollars in order to get my position. That would have been nice because I would have had, 4 or 5 Bitcoin at that time. And looking back at it like right now would be a lot better, but I didn't have the opportunity or the means to do so. Bitcoin must reach a higher high to confirm the uptrend after the dip below 58K. So we haven't reached a higher high yet, right? From the all-time high that we previously were at, we haven't reached a higher high to confirm. And we need to, right? We need to get close to, our previous marks and see if we can't climb up even further at least just confirming, hey, baby, this is it. This is it. We're in it. Let's go. The ride is on. But if we fall below 58K, I expect levels like 56K to come into play. As it says here, Bitcoin must not fall below 56K to maintain uptrend. 56K, 54, 52. Those are my targets. And then after 52, 48 is my next main target, but there's obviously a 50 and then a 48. Now, again, a lot of people are in these spots ready to pick up. Like they're just waiting for Bitcoin to fall below 58, pick up at 56, 55, 54, 53, 52. Like they're just ready. Will it be enough though to reverse a negative downturn? Because a large amount of liquidations could just break right through that son of a bitch. So we'll see. But Bitcoin needs to print a bullish higher high on the price chart to keep the uptrend intact. We've got a quote here that says from Matthew Hyland, we really need to start to bounce out of this and make a higher high to further confirm that we're in the uptrend that we've been in since August. Okay. Bitcoin needs to remain above the 57.7K level. However, if there's a breakdown, it really ultimately would need to hold the 56K level, right? Like 300. Spartans, hold the line. Gladiator, whatever reference you want. 56K is that line. If we break past that line, that could be bad news bears for us. Or I guess good news for the bears. However, some traders believe that Bitcoin needs to go much lower before reassuming the uptrend. Bitcoin's price to fall to the low 40,000s to ideally time their entry into the bull market. So again, market participants want Bitcoin to fall. So that's what I'm saying. Like the title says, Bitcoin manipulation. Institutional investors, people who have that kind of money, you know, that throw around millions of dollars like they're wiping their ass, they don't want Bitcoin to get to continue its bull market just yet. They want to wait, gobble up as much as they can, as they possibly can, because there's a fixed supply and it will never be more than 21 million. And they want their friends on and their family on and everybody, their mother, to have a Bitcoin. So hold price down, pick up as much as you can while you can, then price go up. So I feel like the market is being manipulated. And there's a number of key factors that can affect that, right? We had the Germany situation where the government was selling Bitcoin. We have the Mt. Gox, and obviously people rightfully taking profits after all these years of not having their assets, and so many other factors that I feel like Bitcoin is being suppressed at these levels because they are not ready for Bitcoin to take off just yet. Additionally, we don't have the power, whether it's retail or not, to push through key levels like the 60, 62, 64, 68K ranges to just blow through those suns and like go to this newer high, or at least a higher high in which we can confirm this bullish uptrend. I really don't think, you know, again, looking back at the volume, I feel like we're lacking that power, right? We're lacking that. Look at the volume on this red candle here on August 5th, where we did hit 49K. And again, that could happen in one fell swoop. That's the problem, right? Like everybody's like, hey, I'm waiting, right? You can miss you're sitting there waiting, but you can miss the market. You can miss the point in which you could have entered pretty good, right? If you're not actively trading, day trading, and you're sitting there doing your 9-to-5 job, and you miss that opportunity, you're going to kick yourself in the butt. There are ways to take advantage of it and put in one-time positions, stop losses, all that kinds of stuff, in order to take advantage of it. If you have the capability to do that and the funds to put on hold until that position is hit, right? But if you're just sitting there waiting, just as quick as we went down, we came up. So if you don't have the capability, you're like, oh crap, I didn't get paid this week and I don't have the check to buy this yet. By the time you do have your check, we're going to be back up. So trying to time the market is not going to always work in your favor if you can just dollar cost average. Not financial advice, but that's just common wisdom in the financial sector, whether it's traditional markets or crypto. Trying to time the market is going to get you wrecked. Just getting some seat time is what we call it in the car industry, car racing industry. Seat time means seat time in the car to get acclimated, to get used to the braking, the pressure, the turning, the suspension. You get seat time with the car so you can really time in those laps. The more seat time you have in the crypto industry, or exposure, I guess is a better term, the better off you will be. So I think we will be fine. I'm always optimistic, but I could definitely see us falling further. Now this chart here, it states that it is a multi-year cup and handle pattern that has 6-figure target. Now everybody's still looking at Bitcoin to hit that 125K, 100K range. I definitely can see that. I just don't think it's going to happen right now. It's definitely going to be after the presidential election, but it may not be. What I was looking at in the past was end of 2024, Q1 of 2025. Now my time frame has been shifted to Q1 2025, Q2 2025, somewhere in that range. So the first 6 months of 2025, we could see Bitcoin march up to a newer all-time high, but we'll have to wait and see. Now, this is a Yahoo Finance link, but it has a Bloomberg article where it says Bitcoin whales viewed as potential sailors unnerve the crypto market. Bitcoin trails traditional assets in August as the month draws to a close, hampered by the embedding liquidity and lingering worries that the government may sell from stockpiles of cryptocurrency. The US, China, UK, Ukraine are potential sources of such disposals as the creditors receive tokens from the collapse of Mt. Gox digital asset exchange. Research company Kaiko wrote in a note that's part of the possible 33 billion overhang of Bitcoin supply, according to analysts. Keiko estimated the U.S. administration holds around 203,000 Bitcoin, followed by China's 190,000, UK's 61.2K, and the Ukraine's 46,350. Government seized tokens in criminal cases, while Ukraine is thought to have received donations to help fund its defense against Russia invasion. Meanwhile, Mt. Gox has roughly 46,170 of the tokens left to distribute. Supply overhang has been a topic in the crypto markets throughout the summer, Kaiko analyst says, from Adam Morgan McCarthy. Wow, that's a long name. There are several proponent holders that could be potential sources of selling pressure in the coming months, they added. The fears of punchy sell orders come alongside the thinning of liquidity, right? Because we're not seeing much volume on here, there might not be a lot of liquidity on the Bitcoin markets. Thus, these swings can be more prevalent, right? Spot market volumes of Bitcoin remained subdued, contributing to the recent choppy price action. One of the metrics Farrell flagged is a 7-day average of Bitcoin turnover, trading volume divided by the token's market value, which has declined toward 2% after peaking at nearly 5% in digital assets record rally in March. Bitcoin has struggled in August despite net inflows into U.S. spot ETFs and growing expectations from the Federal Reserve will loosen monetary policy in the coming weeks. The Fed will cut rates. But despite that, Bitcoin has not followed suit. Now, going back to what Rudd Puts was saying, what's up, bacon, eggs, and hash? Hindsight's 2020. Look at this chart. All right, let me get out of your way here. Look at where my mouse is at. Historically, August has not been good to us. Now, this is going from 2009 to 2023. Like, August has more red than green. But you know what else has more red than green? September. September has more red than green. Now, the drop in August is significant. Matter of fact, let's go back to that chart again. And let's go to the monthly. And let's look for previous August. So previous August, I think, was this one right here. So this red candle, which was only a 17% drop. And then let's try to find another August. Another red candle, which was only a 20% drop. And let's try to find another August. Where are you at, August? August, this one was a green one. I was really hoping for that magical green candle this past August, but I guess I was wrong. We're still in August. I don't know why I say past August. But this August, we have fallen 25%. Not out of the realm of impossible, but certainly uncomfortable. And September is normally a red month. Now, could September be a green month? It certainly could, because we got 4 of them right here, right? The gains were minimal except for this one in 2012 where it had a 22% increase. But other than that, 2013 it was only 0.64. In 2015 it was 2.84. In 2016, let's call that 6%. Every other time it was -7, -3, -13. And then down here in 2011, -37%, right? So September is not normally good to us. And then you have October, which has a potential to be a green month. And then you have November, again, potential, and December. And again, I think after the presidential elections, we could have some consecutive green months, but we have to wait and see who's elected and what is their position on crypto, right? Both parties are changing their tunes, and we need somebody who's gonna work with the crypto industry, not against it. Whoever is voted in. But let's do something real quick. Let's bust out the calculator. I just want to see something. So September 3.1 plus 7.02 plus 7.46 plus 13.65 plus 5.67 plus 7.91, 19.43, and I'm just going to omit 37%. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Divide by 7. A 9, so almost a 10% decrease. So let's say September, right, is a 10% downer from where we are now. And where are we right now? We're right here, right? And let's go up a little bit. So 10% down from where we were is around 53, 52. So that puts us in the realm of possible, right? So that 52K is possible. What are you going to do, live chat? What are you going to do, people watching this video later on today or tomorrow or weeks from now? Are you prepared financially to pick up some more Bitcoin if you could in September if it drops down to around 52, to around 49, 50, whatever? I really want to hear from you. So, moving on. Absolutely nuts. Crypto community reacts to X suspension in Brazil. Now, I didn't hear about this, but I'm sure crypto Twitter went crazy. I haven't been on crypto Twitter. Obviously, I've been busy. Most of you guys know my personal position and what's going on in my life. Some of you don't. I got some shit I'm dealing with, personal problems. You got personal problems. You play me a fucking violin. I got shit to do. You got shit to do. Whatever. We meet in the middle. But I'm sure crypto Twitter had a field day. As Brazil is absolutely nuts for banning X, but the U.S. is equally nuts for attempting to ban TikTok, says Scott, also known as the Wolf of Wall Street, told his 959,000 followers on X. Another user, Mr. Moontastic.eth, highlighted Brazil will not follow the bull run news. Very sad. A dictator just illegally banned X in Brazil and will fine anyone using it $9,000 an hour. Meanwhile, the average annual income in Brazil is only $6,000. They will fine you more than a year's salary for trying to read the news. We are living in 1984. Got another quote here. I wonder if a decentralized, uncensored, scarce digital global monetary asset might be useful for the world right about now, says Glassnode lead analyst James Check. Is anyone building something like this? Well, you had Nostril and I think a number of other decentralized social media platforms that try to take a foothold, but nothing really beats it. Like YouTube, right? Everybody's tried to release these media, decentralized media outlets, but no, everybody just goes back to YouTube. Everybody just goes back to Twitch. Everybody just goes back to the staple in our society. So it's stupid that Brazil did this, but I don't have a full grasp or understanding as to the means or why or what the heck's going on. But meanwhile, tech lawyer Preston Bryan believes that if Brazil succeeds in its battle against X, other countries will follow suit. If Brazil succeeds in beating X, the EU, the UK, Australia, Canada will ban X next. If X beats Brazil, censorship regimes around the world will be shown to be toothless versus Americans and rapidly fall. I don't know why you have to do that. Like, it has nothing to do with us, but thanks. So yeah, do you guys think this is like, oh my God news? Like, I don't like the fact that countries, like, again, I'm not sure if you guys you might be young, you might be old, but when Egypt cut off the internet to its people. A select few participated in helping them get back online and gaining access to the outside world. Usually it doesn't work in the favor of the government or the country. So I'm not too concerned about it. I think the people will win, but I could be wrong. Any thoughts on this? Let me know in the comments. Moving on, Coinbase sees first crypto transaction between AI agents. CEO Brian Armstrong recently oversaw his first crypto transaction completely managed by artificial intelligence bots, following several industry efforts to develop a platform for AI agents to execute transactions. This week on Coinbase Dev, we witnessed our first AI to AI crypto transaction. That one AI agent, a bot designed to carry out a certain task, used crypto tokens to interact with another AI agent and acquire AI tokens. The AI tokens were essentially a string of data that enabled algorithms to learn from information. They used tokens to buy tokens, Armstead mentioned. He further explained that the key reason AI agents aren't effective right now is their lack of transactional capabilities. Without a payment method, they struggled with basic tasks like booking plane tickets or hotels, or even managing social media tasks beyond just creating content, such as promoting posts and paid ads. AI agents cannot get bank accounts, but they can get crypto wads. They can now use USDC on Base to transact with humans, merchants, or other AIs. These transactions are instant, global, and free, says Armstrong. It comes only weeks after Armstrong called for large language models, the technology behind most of our AI systems like OpenAI, ChatGPT, so on and so forth. Let's help AI agents get work done on our behalf and participate in the economy. Now, but see, this is just my tinfoil hat. What if the AI does get good and now they're manipulating the markets, right? They're manipulating trades, right? They see, oh, hey, everybody's buying this asset. You know, I could really short their asses out, liquidate them, and pick up at a lower price and make my money back times 3. You know, the AI can pick up on that in the future, not right now, and just wreck the market, but they made a profit. So, and then as people get more and more AIs, and then banks get AIs, and institutions get AIs, now they're just AI warfare in the economic sector. So, I don't know. That's kind of worrisome, especially if the AI is smart enough to outdo every play that I put in. But we'll see. Maybe it's a good thing. Maybe it will help boost the economy. We already have a bunch of bots on crypto right now, right? Automated trading, BonkBot, 3 commas, whatever it is. You know, doing automated trades based upon parameters that we tell it, right? Take profits at 5%. You know, stop losses at 4.25 or whatever. Like, we already have automated trading. AI trading is going to be different because they're going to learn, trade with one another, and they might work with one another. And it could either be a force for good, positive in the economic sector, or it could be a force for bad. I don't know. I'm on the fence on this one, guys, ladies and gentlemen. I'm on the fence. So, Economy co-founder explained to Cointelegraph that the delegated authorization network is relatively new and serves as an authorization layer that allows delegation of trading activities to AI agents. So, and they're building a Web3 infrastructure on Bioeconomy, is onboarding AI agents to enable on-chain transactions on behalf of the users. Now, what if that's another thing too, what if these projects, and we're about to get to Trump here in just a moment, because I know that's what you guys are really here for, keeps teasing his new crypto project, but details remain scant. But my question, going back to the AI thing, is what if a project who lacks liquidity, lacks traders, lacks wallets, right? In order to make themselves look good, they have a bunch of AI or bots that have a bunch of wallets. So it looks like there's a lot of people on this network, but it's really not. It's just 1 or 2 bots with multiple accounts, and they're just sitting there trading with one another back and forth. It looks like they have thousands and thousands of wallets. It looks like they have, you know, a decent amount of liquidity over a 24-hour time frame, volume over a 24-hour frame. But it's really just the bots. I could see that being utilized to kind of paint a picture that's not really fully there. Mike is AI, says Dan Ruggs from Nashville. No, I'm joking. Dan Ruggs is not from Nashville. Thank you for the $4.99. Let's see here. Bacon, eggs, and hash has a lot to do with BRICS. There's an ideological war going on down there. I'll do some research off the net. But yeah, thank you, Dan Ruggs. So yeah, Trump keeps teasing this crypto plan, right? We haven't really heard details though. Like we heard what he said at Bitcoin Conference 2024. It sounds great, but like I need the fruits of the labor, right? I need documentation. I need paperwork showing, hey, we're gonna do X, Y, Z after A, B, C. But anyways, Trump posted a video clip on X Thursday morning tagging World Liberty Financial, stating that this afternoon I'm laying down a plan to ensure that the United States will be the crypto capital of the planet. They want to choke you. They want to choke you out of business. We're not going to let that happen. Now, I believe... Yeah, that's what I thought. So the video recycles audio from Trump's 50-minute speech at Bitcoin 2024 in Nashville. Trump's speech in Nashville was about his plan to make crypto a hub if he's reelected, and basically saying that he would not let the U.S. sell its Bitcoin. We make it a reserve or something like that. But I want to hear other plans, right? Like I'm going to release, Ross Ulbricht. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I want a cohesive plan, not just a statement saying he's going to make a plan. Now, his family's been in crypto. Let's not lie. He's been selling NFTs, participating in Web3, DeFi. That's good, right? This is the first president to do that, period. But I still want constructive, cohesive planning and thoughts. Anyways, on August 6th, Eric Trump posted on X that he had truly fallen in love with crypto and DeFi and urged his followers to stay tuned for a big announcement. Obviously, that big announcement we talked about last week, where they have a new Web3 project. I forgot what it's called already. The Defiant Ones. And we'll see. Like, they got exposure to crypto. It's good to see that they got exposure to crypto as a family, but I really want to see what this plan is. I'm not hearing the plan. I'm hearing plans of a plan, but I'm not seeing the actual plan. So hopefully we get something soon. We can see what's going on. But yeah, everybody's just talking about the the Defiant Ones, World Liberty Financial. That's it. The video with clips of him from Bitcoin. So somebody on the team is putting these clips, splicing them together from Bitcoin Nashville 2024, making it paint a pretty picture, but we still don't have concrete data or information about what their plan is. And it's the same thing that I ask of Kamala Harris. Like, if you're going to say, like, you didn't even say you support crypto. Your aide said that you would work with crypto, but yet none of you have provided a cohesive plan on what you're going to do with crypto. What your plan is for crypto. Yeah, you're going to make America great again and make it a crypto haven. But how? How are you going to complete that mission? That's what I like to see. We'll see if they actually come out with it. Obviously, because of his rhetoric regarding crypto, he has gained followers as well as voters. But we'll see what happens. It doesn't matter, in my opinion, what he does or doesn't do, as long as the actions prove fruitful. You know what I mean by that? I'm not trying to say that doing one thing is wrong and doing another thing is right. That's your judgment to make. But if your track record does not precede you, then I need something tangible that I can look at to really be like, okay, I like your plan. Okay, I don't like your plan. And make an educated decision, a good voting decision here in the United States. Many of you are from Canada or from out overseas, so you don't need to worry about that. But this is a big thing, and I think depending on the presidential election, could have a positive or a negative swing on the crypto markets as a whole. Moving on, crypto is now a non-negotiable for traditional banks. What they're basically saying here is that banks need to get involved. Banks need to stop sitting on the sidelines and need to get involved. The problem, though, is that they're basically urging banks to come up with their own tokenized assets, and I don't like that. Right? We already have over 2-something million cryptocurrencies. We don't need a bunch more. We don't need the banks controlling. They're probably going to want to get rid of their stupid currency that they created out of thin air and get Bitcoin or get ETH or get Solana or whatever. Right? So they're selling their bucket of crap to try to get your Bitcoin, and people are falling for it. And then meanwhile, their portfolios getting stockpiled with assets that are valued while they're just doing whatever with their stablecoin. So I know banks need to get involved, but I don't want banks. The whole point of Bitcoin was to get away from the banks. And it seems like we're just going back to the banks. Like we're just going right back around in a circle. It's like history repeating itself. Like, do you not remember what happened before? If we give the power back to the banks, they would do stupid shit and they will get us wrecked again. So Bitcoin is a way for you to hedge against that and be the manager of your own damn funds in future. But anyways, this is just talking about opportunities for banks, diversification, staking as a service, tokenization. I don't think banks are really going to get into this until they have, again, solid plans from the U.S. government, right? From the CFTC, from the SEC, from the Fed, whatever. Until we get a president that is good with crypto. I'm not going to say pro-crypto. At least good with crypto, working to make the U.S. A safe place for blockchain and innovation and growth. Until that happens, I don't think the banks are really going to embrace. But yeah, a majority of them are still pending to take action. Now, be careful. Bitcoin scams, ATM scams are soaring, and older adults are increasingly the victims. Now, I don't use ATMs anymore, but I know some people do. And if we look at some of the news here, I believe what we're seeing is... Where'd it go? Okay, well, there was a bunch of articles about ATMs opening up throughout the world. And now we have this, which is ATMs are scamming people in various countries. So if you use the Bitcoin ATM, and there are some good ones out there, be careful, okay? Be careful. The scam often begins when a bad actor gets their hands on a victim's phone number. Many of these are increasingly available on the dark web as part of the internet. Typical browsers and search engines reach like certain chat rooms, and they have helped enabled illegal activity. Fraudsters would often contact victims claiming to flag an urgent problem with their accounts, sometimes through a message that looks like a legitimate, like a pop-up notification. My mom, me, you. We've seen these messages. Hey, there's a problem. Your Amazon account, your bank account, your whatever, right? And people will fall for it, especially older people. That's why, like, I still get messages from my older family, like parents, uncles, whatever. They send me the screenshot. I'm like, that's phishing. Look at the email that's sending it. Look at the to field. All right. It says Bob's Burgers, not USAA. Like, don't fall for that. So, but just be careful. It looks like Bitcoin ATM scams are just climbing up. ATM fraudsters are turning to Bitcoin. Older people are getting roped in the most. The agency said consumers over the age of 60 are more than 3 times likely than younger adults to say they are duped out of their cash schemes. Scammers are using these machines as a way to take money from people more than we've seen in the past. Bitcoin ATMs look like traditional ATMs and operate similarly in that they can be used to both make deposits and withdraw, but transaction involves cryptocurrency. The machines are banned in some countries, including the UK, Singapore, yada, yada, yada. The kiosks can now be found in high-traffic locations like convenience stores, gas stations, supermarkets, so on and so forth. And many of the instances the FTC identified fraudsters contact the victim or the victim inadvertently connects with them, claiming to be customer representative, flagging an attempt to identify or account breach, and then they eventually text their targets a squared-shaped QR code, like the one diners frequently use to pull up restaurant menus. Connect the digital wallet. The victim typically directed to scan the code and deposit cash into the Bitcoin ATM, which converts it to Bitcoin that immediately gets transferred to the scammer, not the person that's paying. So just be careful. Crypto owners more likely to have psychopathic traits, study says. Do you agree with that? We can't go through the article because I'm not paying for this crap. But do you believe we're psychopath? I want to way out in the comments. Let me know. Do you honestly believe we are psychopaths? Because that's what this article says. Crypto owners are more likely to have psychopathic traits, high levels of dark personality traits seen in crypto fans. Call us whatever you want. We're leading, says one trader. Way out in the comments. Let me know your thoughts. As we get ready to wrap up and get ready for Red Panda mining. Sorry if I got really loud there. I'm not sure why my gain's so high. MoonPay. PayPal users now hold a passport to the world of crypto. Earlier this year, payments giants PayPal announced it will allow U.S. users to purchase over 110 cryptocurrencies from existing PayPal accounts through a new partnership with MoonPay, a Miami-based Web3 firm that serves more than 220 million users worldwide. In past June, MoonPay extended its offering to Europe and UK in order to lower barriers to entry and bring convenience and trust to more customers. PayPal remains the top payment platform or method in the U.S. after Apple Pay, bank payments, and deepening push into crypto signals greater mainstream adoption for digital assets. MoonPay for existing PayPal users. We are providing a gateway through MoonPay to hundreds of partners, including one of the ecosystem's largest wallets and decentralized applications we are integrated with directly. We are providing a passport-like experience for users and saving them the burden of the manual process of re-entering identity and payment credentials when buying or selling crypto through MoonPay. Good news. More exposure to the crypto market. Easier to use. A lot of people like it. Moving on. A couple of news articles. I'm just going to read the title to you two. Texas is alarmed by the rising energy demands from Bitcoin miners and AI. Oh my. New mission critical facilities. Bitcoin mining farms. Bitcoin mining CEO eyes hash rate contracts to offset rising costs. Iris Energy acquires another 39,000 Bitmain S19 XPs or S21 XPs at miners. Eyes 30 exahash in 2024. Mean Hash introduced accessible cloud mining solutions for cryptocurrencies. Things are expanding. Some people are contracting. Some firms that are not big major firms, but like middle of the road to low end firms, mining operations, closing. Others are expanding. Others are growing. They see, VCs have tightened up or closed their wallets, and they're only investing in certain platforms, but they are investing in AI, data center, and blockchain technology or cryptocurrency. Only a handful of them. Not all of them, but only a handful of them. Fear and Greed Index at 46%. We are very neutral. People don't know if we want to go left or right. People don't know how to cross the road. The old lady is sitting there waiting for somebody to help her, and nobody's doing anything. We're just blowing our money on meme coins and then complaining that we got no money. So hang tight. Things will get better. Crypto mining is not dead. It has transitioned or changed from one thing to another. Matter of fact, if we go to hashrate.no, obviously FPGA mining's crap, but I'm still stacking up as much Alphium as possible, even though I'm making negative, right? Obviously the Superscalar K10 or K Engine P2, which I showed you on the channel on how to do, is making like $1 or something, $2 a day. Osprey E300, $1 something a day. Obviously, it depends on your electricity, but people are still mining with their FPGAs. As far as GPUs go, if we go to the GPU calculators, matter of fact, let's just go to GPUs. Top GPU right now is the CMP 170HX, which is only making 38 cents. How about that? That sounds fun. I bet you had a good time spending all that money on the 170HX back in the day. Now, if you got them now, you're good. 4090, yikes. After cost of electricity, which I think I have mine around, 10 cents per kilowatt hour right here. And that's low. Like mine here in the state of Florida is like 14, 15 cents. So I do not have 10 cents per kilowatt hour, and people have 40 cents to 50 cents kilowatt hour in the rest of the world. So cry me a river, they're getting screwed. Hope they're doing well. But anyways, look at this. 15 cents profit, 23 cent profit, 2 cent profit, 8 cent profit. So yeah, GPU mining is kind of shit. Anyways, moving on to CPU mining. We got the best CPU right now is the Epic, and that's making about 86 cents a day on, what is that? Well, 95 cents on Zephyr. And then VRSC versus is another good one. So CPU mining is pretty good. This is a token I've been playing around with right here. SEPT. So yeah, CPU mining is looking a lot better than GPU mining right now, which is why CPU miners like Rapid Mining and stuff, have been building out or creating more rigs or expanding their CPU mining facilities, right? Less power draw, but takes up more space. So you kind of got to like stack it like a Raspberry Pi. Which somebody, by the way, should print that. Like just get it big enough to put a stock Intel cooler and just have standoffs that allow you to stack your motherboards. And then you just got fans, 120, 140 fans on the side that blow through the motherboard to just keep the chipset, the VRMs cool and all that good stuff. Just some type of passive air. But if somebody can 3D print that to where CPU miners, and I think it's about this thick, and I have to measure that. If they can print standoffs to where you can have motherboards, instead of having motherboards sideways, taking up room on your wall, where you can set it on a platform and then just stack the motherboards up. Wouldn't that be a great idea? Somebody patent that, give me some payback, or throw me some kickback. I appreciate you. All right, so Red Panda Mining should be coming on in 7 minutes. I don't have a 3D printer, and I don't have a way to create the file. I'm pretty sure I could do it online, but I am not that versed in 3D printing. So maybe somebody can help me out, give me some credit for the idea. If you don't give me credit for the idea, then you don't love me. That's fine. Anyways, let's listen to some Bitcoin CNBC news as we get ready for Red Panda Mining to go live. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, or anything you want to share, please feel free to leave that right now. Live chat, super chat, all that good stuff. And yeah, I'm just going to wait for your questions and listen to some news.
Today, Bitcoin rebounds from a week of selling pressure, and Coinbase's head of machine...
Before you get out of here, though, please, if you leave during this segment of the live stream, please go ahead and hit that like button before you go. Make sure to get subscribed, hit notification bell to stay up to date, as well as check out additional links in the description to help support the channel and what we do here, because I greatly appreciate it. And I'll say that again towards the end, maybe, but I just wanted to say that because I know a lot of people leave during this portion as we get ready for Red Panda Mining. But again, I'm here for your questions as we wait for Red to come online.
Machine learning breaks down how the crypto exchange uses AI to prepare for highly volatile markets. Welcome to CNBC's Crypto World. I'm Lindsay Jacobson. Digital currencies are bouncing back from losses earlier in the week. By noon Eastern, Bitcoin reclaimed the $60,000 level after falling as low as $57,000 yesterday. Ether is also high this morning, climbing back to $25.76. Solana, meanwhile, rising to $146. There were some signs that the crypto market was bracing for Nvidia's earnings, and some investors were...
Yo, thank you. Appreciate it. Tech Man just mentioned today is the last day in memory of Overboard Tech. That I believe there's a donation, right? Is proud to announce the Overboard Tech edition, the E100 VU33P, limited edition crypto mining machine created for Eric, or Overboard Tech, who passed away. And yeah, the campaign ends today, and Osprey Electronics will donate $100 in his memory if you were to buy one. Today's the last day to get one. If you're interested in that, click the link that Tech Man posted, and yeah. Miss you, brother. Thank you, Tech Man, for that reminder.
Concerned the chip maker wouldn't be able to live up to the hype and potentially push investors away from risk assets. Well, Nvidia did drop better than expected earnings, reporting a 122% increase in revenue from a year earlier. But that's down from 3 straight periods of year-over-year growth exceeding 200%. So this latest quarter might not have met the sky-high expectations for some holding the stock. That being said, the chip maker's quarter seems to have been enough to soothe concerns that the market was headed sharply lower, which is good news for crypto investors too. All right, let's jump to our main story. Earlier this week, Coinbase announced a newly deployed machine learning model.
All right, we got a question. Good job. So, hey, SerpentX Tech, do you think that investing on workstations like Supermicro for CPU mining? So, I mean, I would go secondhand market. If I was going to do that, hey, you can tell I've been looking for Subaru parts. Anyways, Supermicro, what is it? Server or motherboards. You can find them for cheap. Like the Xeon processors, you could find some good ones for cheap. I would certainly get that because I mean, if we look at hashrate.no, some of the Xeon, even the legacy Xeons are doing pretty good on CPU mining. Maybe not as good as like some of the Ryzen systems, right? So I personally like AMD CPUs for CPU mining, but you can find like some super micro setups for cheap and kind of go from there. But you can also find some AMD CPUs for cheap too. So Sam Fisher, do you think investing on workstations like Supermicro for CPU mining? It depends on the CPU, right? So when you say Supermicro, it depends on the motherboard. Let's look for the motherboard real quick. The motherboard and CPU combo, right? Supermicro, Mini ITX, Pentium N3700. So no. These are really old. Damn. Okay, so this is Intel AGA 2011 ATX motherboard with heatsink, no CPU, no RAM. 124. Here we go. $29 for LGA 1150. So, I mean, Sandy Bridge, maybe some Cabby Lake, or no, Sandy Bridge. What was the other one? Wow, why am I forgetting that? Anyways, yeah. So I mean, most of the super micro components that you're gonna get are going to be Intel, and Intel's not that good for CPU mining. Some of it's good for CPU mining. Let's see what the highest Intel is. Yeah, 12700, 13900K. But for like AI compute workloads, now that's a different story. You can see like Intel's covering the bottom of the list. AMD's covering the top of the list. So if you're focusing on CPU mining, I would go AMD. Opteron, yes. I need an Opteron board. I haven't had one in a while. Opteron, dual Opteron. Jeez Louise, these things are still alive? Heck yeah. So yeah, I mean, not for CPU mining, but if you're going to build an AI render machine or compute device, yeah, definitely. Don't forget, Overbore campaign ends today. If you buy one, $100 will be donated in his honor, in Eric's honor. All right, Red Panda is still not live. All right, checking live chat again.
That helps the crypto exchange predict spikes in user traffic and prevent
I did not get the
downtime
notice
during high volatility.
about KuCoin and Binance US.
Mackenzie spoke to the company's head of machine learning, Rajarshi Gupta, about this launch.
So this week, your team announced that Coinbase has developed and deployed a machine learning model that's all about preventing downtime. Tell me more about the launch.
Sure. So, it's been pretty normal in the industry to look at load that's on the system and then scale up your CPUs up and down as things go. And this can be done because CPUs are very performant and they can quickly do this. Now, we have the problem that we need to do the same thing for our databases. And we really weren't able to find any solution out there that did the same thing for databases. So we ended up building our own machine learning model that kind of predicts ahead of time. And by ahead of time, I don't mean 15 minutes. I mean like hours ahead of time that we think that the load in our system is going to go up because the volatility in crypto is increasing. And by doing that, and so sort of when we think the volatility is increasing, we are going to be able to pre-scale the databases to some level as needed and such that we can manage it. And we've had it in production for a couple of months. And, in the last, and when these,
there he is.
Let's say these events of
Red
high
Panda's
load
going live
happen,
here in just a
we've
second.
been able to manage it and pre-scale. So we wrote about it in a blog.
We saw a lot of volatility overnight, a lot of price movements. And since you've been testing out this product in the last few months, have you noticed a significant difference in the way that the platform operates?
Yeah, so I think, look, if you think about it, like what is the main purpose?
Binance US must have funds.
The main purpose is to make.
So Pelly says Binance US must have funds off or lose them by September 10th for most states. Whoa. Whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Really? Really? Binance US news. Regulators in Florida and Alaska said that Binance US no longer serve as residents after. Ooh! I'm gonna have no more Binance. Or will I? Wow, Binance US suspends all USD deposit due to SEC lawsuit. Why do I gotta be in Florida? Oh, it's all right. I love Florida. Definitely has its Florida men and women, but yeah. So, wait a second. Supported states. I did not knew that. Thank you, buddy. So, yeah, I don't have any funds on Binance US, but, I mean, Florida's on it right now. But when is that going to change? Onboarding pause. Okay, so no more onboarding for Florida. Existing customers who reside in the states and regions may continue to use Binance US. Okay, cool. I'm cool. I saw Kansas just a second ago, too. That's crazy. We'll see, man. That's what I'm saying. Like, we need a president that's going to fight for our capabilities. Chub Change, what's going on, man? Hope you're doing good. Hope the fam's doing well. Take care of my boy Mikkel. For my life, I sent Polygon an hour ago, and Coinbase says deposit is down for maintenance from 8:31 to 9:10. Oh, really? Coinbase, Polygon, Coinbase. What is it? What is it? Notice, updates. Let's see. Let's just see what happens. Yes, Polygon is currently available. Coinbase centralized. Blah blah blah. Well, I guess you can only see it if you check it. Yeah, there you go. Polygon migration. That's right. So there's a Polygon migration going on where they're changing from, what is it, Matic to Pol, P-O-L-Y or P-O-L. I saw that. But I think you probably sent the funds before you saw that notice. That sucks, dude. That sucks. Qcoin would no longer allow U.S. citizens to have an account after December this year. So, but Binance is allowing me. I don't even think I have a Qcoin account. Binance is allowing me to stay, but they're not allowing any more onboarding. And I think I have a Qcoin account, but I'm not sure. So that's not really a big hit for me, but is that a big hit for you if you can't use Binance US or Qcoin in your area? Talking to my fam in North America. Anyways, Red Panda is live. You guys go ahead and head on over there. Much love, much respect. I appreciate every single one of you. Keep your head up. Keep dollar cost averaging. Things will get better. Mining profitability will come back. It just may not be for the next year and a half. And I know that sucks, right? Because we have to liquidate our equipment, buy cryptocurrency to hold us over, and then get back in later, or hold on to our equipment that we do have and then get into it later, or just continue to mine at a loss, negative, because you hope for a better future. Each strategy is different. Everybody just needs to understand their risk tolerance and do what's best for them. But as I said, hit that like button on the way out. Make sure to get subscribed, hit notification bell to stay up to date, as well as check out additional links in the description. They'll support the channel and what we do here. You can also help support the community through projects like Coochie Coin, Cats of Crypto, Demo Cats. I know Demo Cats is kind of like dying, but I was really hoping to use it for the presidential election. Not getting as much traffic as I would hope, and I haven't been able to spend as much time on these projects. But Pellish and the team are doing a really good job with Cats of Crypto, and stay tuned because I might be working on something else. But you just have to wait. I'll see y'all later. Have a wonderful day. Ta-ta for now. So long.
You know quantum computers. You know blockchain. But do you know both together? Dynex was the first platform to create a neuromorphic supercomputing blockchain-based algorithm which solves real-world problems. And the best part? Anyone can post a job, whether a company from the Global 2000, a machine learning job, or fintech and pharmaceutical. And if you don't want to program it yourself, get an expert directly at the marketplace. Run the job and be impressed